Well, hi, everybody. This is DearMamaSal, and we are live on a Friday evening, which means it's time for us to talk about coping with life on a budget. And tonight, what I'm going to do is a very simple, but hopefully very tasty noodle pie. And the reason for that is I stocked up with a lot of different sorts of noodles when we went into the pandemic, and I've used so few of them that I thought, I really need to start doing a couple of pasta dishes in the coming months, just so that I can use them up. So, as usual, we've got a lot of color that we're going to start with, just so that you can see. Let me move the computer slightly here. All right, so what we've got, other way, so. All right, I've got some green peas and some green celery and some green zucchini. I've got orange pepper here, some left over from the week, some yellow pepper, some orange carrot, some red tomatoes from my garden. Very exciting. I've got a little bit of cabbage I want to add in. Then we've got herbs and spices that we've got here. I'm going to add, I've got little bits of lamb that I had this week, so I'm going to throw that in for good luck. I've got a little bit of leftover potato from this week, and it's all going to go in, so it's going to be one big pie. And we're going to put it all in together with some eggs and some Parmesan cheese, and hopefully it's going to be great. I'm going to put the water on. And I hate it when I do that. I managed to get rid of the comments. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I do. All right, let me get the comments somewhere else if I can. I'm going to stop pressing that button. I hate it when I haven't got comments. It's not the same. Hold on, everybody. I'm going to need to get it up on another computer without any volume. So let's turn the volume down first. There we go. And then let me get this up on the computer. Bear with me, please. I'm sorry for this. It's just not the same. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and come back in again. That will be the easiest way for me. No, people have got this link. That's way more difficult for you guys. Let me make it easy for you, not easy for me. Right, now then. Just bear with me. Let's hope that I can see the comments on this one. We'll wait for the ads to finish. All right, so where were we? So I've got the water boiling. What I've got is just 2 cups of water in the kettle. So as soon as it starts to cook, I hopefully will be able to, as soon as it starts to boil, we'll be able to see the steam. And if I don't notice it, please do. All right, so Jody, if you can hear me and see me, please leave me another note just so I know that what I'm seeing is current. And anybody else that happens to be on there, just give me a little note so I can see if it's scrolling properly. But I think I might have it. There we go. Hi again. Thank you very much, which means Sharon is also there. And I always love the fact that Sharon comes on as the glitter goddess. I mean, do I know about that or what? Now, the pie I'm going to make is going to be a smaller one. But what I would normally do if I were making it for quite a few people is probably do it in a pan like this. And the reason for that is it's got a hole in the center. And what works really well is, when you're cooking a pie of noodles, I don't know about you, but I like them crispy on the outside. What about you guys? And I find that cooking it in something like this, allows lots of crispiness on the outside and on the inside here. It is a beautiful flute pan, isn't it? Yeah. I know it's meant for cakes and things, but I use mine when I do stuff like this. I got people coming. That's what I will do it. It's a fluted bundt pan, yes. But you understand that's how I would normally do it and fill it right up. So we've got water boiling. We're going to do it with ramen noodles. Now, ramen noodles, I've only pulled out one packet, portion control. I resisted. I pulled out two originally, and I went, why are you pulling out two? You don't want that much. You only want one. Just seen something. Dear, dear. Yep, we're nearly at boiling for the thing. Anyway, so ramen comes with the bit that's bad for you. The stuff that's bad for you in ramen is actually the high salt content in here. So one of the tricks of the trade is not to use it all. So whenever I have one of these, I only add about half of it, just so you know. So let's put that. Oh, and I've also got in there some dehydrated mushrooms. Okay. And I'm also, wait a minute, let me put this over here. So I'm going to add a little bit of this, not very much, because we don't need it all. About half a packet. And the rest I will save for making a chicken dressing or something. Actually, this was a vegetable one, so that's fine. That's still working on there. I've also got other dried stuff, and I'm going to put it all in with the ramen so that it all cooks together. Okay, so here are some dried leeks. That's a sort of like an onion. Talking of onion, we've got some dried green onions, so we're going to throw some of that in. We've got some dried parsley, so we're going to throw that in. All more greens, we like that. And so the first thing we're going to do is to let these all cook together, all right, with the boiling water. And as I said, I'm going to be adding some peas and the other vegetables to it. Now, for meats, I've got Canadian back bacon. That's bacon without all the grease. Okay, very healthy for us. We're going to make a sauce to go over the top of it. And for that, I've got a couple of eggs and some leftover cream cheese. And I probably put a little bit of milk in there because I'm also going to be adding some Parmesan. So, and I reckon we're going to throw that all in together. Oh, I've also got some of my tomatoes, homegrown, that came off my tomato plants. I'm so happy with those. I want to tell you. Absolutely awesome. So let's start. There we go. Boiling water. Now I've already measured 2 cups, so I'm going to put that in. And we're just going to let that sit for a little bit. Because what we're going to do is to be cooking it all up together. Yum. Now, I've got more water than I need. There's a reason for that. What I'm going to do is once that has all permeated and the ramen is softened up a bit, we're going to put all the other stuff with it, and then we're going to cook the whole lot. Does that make lots of sense? So I've got my mandolin here, and what I'm going to do is just chop up some vegetables, right? And what I'm going to do is bring up the bit that makes it fine slices, and julienne. Let's see how we do on that. I don't want anything to be too big. That's beautiful, just what I want. Oh, hello, tomato. And because I want the carrot in there as well, I'm doing that at a real angle. All right, I don't know if you can see that. I've done it at an angle so I get those little bits of carrot. Little. Here we go, just what we need. And let's do some orange pepper. I know, I'm scared I'm going to cut myself as well, people. I know me as well as you do. Oh yeah, and there's some yellow, that's good. And we want some cabbage. How many of you can see this is what I call a really easy to put together? Now, remember, I'm just making one portion. Jody's saying mandolins make her a nervous wreck. If you notice, I try and keep my hands well away. And then we know we're going to put the peas in as well. So that's awesome. And the thing is to remember that before you handle it is to bring everything back up so that nothing can cut you. Let's hope. So what we're going to do is put all this into one bowl because we're going to put it all in together. So we've got all of that. What I'm aiming for is as much vegetable as there is ramen. And my feeling is this. If I've got as much vegetable as ramen, then the chances are it's not going to be too bad for me. Now, I could be kidding myself in that, but that's how I work it. Sharon saying, she was watching me do that and she's going, please leave that machine alone. Well, it could have added some more color. Oh, I forgot the celery. All right, so I won't do that again because I know it's upsetting you to watch that. So I'll cut this by hand. You'll feel happier. So we've got celery, we've got zucchini, we've got carrot, we've got peppers. By the way, at lunchtime, I was talking about my peppers that I'm growing and that I've got baby peppers and that I was coming up with names for them. So the first one is going to be Dr. Pepper. The second one, if it turns yellow, will be lemon pepper. And then we've also got Sergeant Pepper. And then Jody, what did you think of? Peter Pepper. So if any of you got any more pepper names, please let me know. Oh, interesting. Sharon's saying, Sal, I hope you've had a good week. Tuesday, I think you crossed my mind all day. It's Tuesday of this week coming that I'm going to, and I'll talk more about that on Sunday. I really appreciate the fact that you're thinking of me. I did. The news that I got is that I have an appointment with a specialist on Tuesday, just so that you know, but I'll talk more about it on Sunday, because that's talking about coping with stress. I hope you can see I'm actually doing fine, but I thank you for caring. I always think it's so wonderful that you guys, and I really get the feeling that you guys genuinely care. You're not just saying it, that it comes from your heart, and that touches me big time. I'm not putting on a good face, just so that you know. I'm actually feeling very zen. Which is why I did my broadcast today about being, more zen, because that's really where I want to be. I don't want to be all stressed out and worried. And I want to show you on Sunday exactly how I've been coping with that. And I've done it pretty well. What have I got in here that I haven't used? Oh, I've used that. Oh, I know what else I wanted. I wanted to add some cumin. Yum, yum. Give it a lot of flavor. And we've got a little bit of, hang on, we've got to get the meat in there. So that meat's in. Okay, that's the leftover lamb. And we're going to put in the leftover potato. And I'm going to put in some mint to go with the lamb. And then we can put in the peas. I've definitely got more than half. Yeah, this is definitely good. Now, what I've tried to do is the fresh vegetables that I've got, I've tried to make sure that I've got them down small enough that they'll be able to bake in time. All right, so everything is pretty small. And as you can see, that's way more vegetable than I'm going to have ramen. Let's see how the ramen is doing here. Yeah, it's doing beautifully. Thought it would. Awesome. Now, and the dehydrated stuff is all getting hydrated again, so that's also good. I've got a lot of liquid in there that I don't need, and you know me well enough that I'm not going to throw that liquid away. What am I going to do with it? And let's see how well you know me. Let's see, anybody come up with it? Sharon's saying that I'm going to freeze it. Yep, Jody says I'm going to use it for the base for my soup this week. Both could be right, but I'm not going to throw it away. The trick that I'm really working on now is I want to buy less and eat more. In other words, I want to throw away less, way less. So I'm making sure that all my bits and pieces go into soups, and I try to have a cup of soup every day to use that up. And as you know, on Fridays, I always try and do something using whatever's left in my fridge that I think needs to be cooked. So here we go. So the ramen is now partially cooked. Come on. And I've got some of the herbs and the dried stuff now reconstituted. You see that's some leek that's there. Worked beautifully. And now I'm going to huck in. Huck is that well-known Canadian word for do that. The vegetables. Wow. See how much that's made? That's enough for quite a few meals. So I'm going to mix that all together. And what I'm trying for here is just to mix the vegetables in with the ramen. So it's not just all vegetable or ramen. Okay. Now then, here comes what I call the fun bit. The fun bit is, Jody's saying a great habit to get into, having a cup of vegetable-based soup every day. Yep, I try and do that. All right, so now I'm going to put in some of my tomatoes. The slightly larger ones I'm going to cut in half. And the small ones are going to go in just as they are. Actually, I think I'll cut them all in half. Why not? I'm in a roll here. So that's good. And Jody, why are tomatoes good for us, please? Mix those in. Now we got to think about all the things we need to add to make it palatable for children and or men in our lives. So first of all, we know the men are going to want the bacon. So we'll take some of that back bacon. And I'm taking 3 slices of back bacon. I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm just going to chop it into little bits. Do not have too much back bacon, in my view. There we go. And we're going to make a sauce to go over it. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 eggs. Remember, don't ever crack an egg on something that's a rim. That's how you get eggshells in. Do it straight onto a flat surface and you won't get the... I'm just checking to make sure I'm telling the truth here. Right? It's a much easier way of making sure you don't get bits of egg in there. And now we're going to put cheese in there. We're going to have 2 different lots of cheese. We're going to use up what's left of my cream cheese. All right, Jody's reminding me that tomatoes are good for improved heart health, cancer prevention, and protection against sunburn. See, she's a wealth of knowledge. All right, let's put this in. So some cream cheese is always good for taste. Okay, so we've got, and children love the taste of cheese, so that's good. Hang on, I've got some Parmesan. Let's put some of that in. Now, this is my sort of meal because it just comes together so easily. There it is. But I'm now going to put in some black pepper. Oh, apparently I've got more cream cheese. And I'm going to mix that all up. I think I'll need some milk in there because we know the ramen is going to cook a little bit more, so it'll absorb some. Good. Now then, here is the thing. I'm going to mix that all up. And see how we're doing in terms of consistency. Yep, I think that'll be fine. Just want to make sure that bacon goes throughout it all. So remember, we started with just 1 of those packets of ramen, and I've got enough food here. Isn't that amazing? And of course, we know it's going to taste absolutely wonderful because we're going to put it in I've got the oven set at 375. I might even take it up to 400 because what I want it to do is to cook pretty quickly. But I want the sides to if they can, get a bit crispy. And that I'd need a high heat for. Yeah, Sharon's saying basically noodle pie is similar to old school homemade mac and cheese. Yes, except I don't have any flour in it. Normally I would add flour if I'm making mac and cheese, but this is really basically just one pack of noodles. And doesn't it look like I've got 2 packs in there? That's what I wanted to show you. So really nice and easy. I'm thinking that we probably need a lot of pepper. We like that. Good for us. Pepper is good for metabolism. Something else. Yeah, Jody's saying it looks like multiple noodle packs. That's what I wanted to show you. If you huck in enough vegetable, remember that word, right? Then it is, it actually is not nearly as bad for you. Remember, I didn't put in all of the seasoning. The seasonings I put in were herbs. I put in half the pack. So there's not that much sodium in it. And except we've also got some sodium coming back in with the cheeses, right? There's part of me that goes, I don't think I've quite finished. I think I'll let it cook for a bit, and then just before I serve it, I'm going to add some cheese slices on the top because, I can, right? So there it is. Looks pretty tasty to me. And I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put it on for 15 minutes to start with because I don't want to overdo it. Peppers, Jody is reminding me, pepper is an antioxidant that provides anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial effects. Whatever that is, microbes. We don't want microbes, right? Now then, I've got a couple of questions to you foodies that know what you're doing. Me, I just play with food, you know that. So here are my questions to you. Let me first of all put the bacon away. I'm seeing if there's anything else that's going to spoil. Put those away to soak. Actually, let me ask the question so you guys can be typing while I do this. I want to know a very simple answer. And it has to do with popcorn. Why is it that when you buy popcorn in these bags and pop them in the bag, that you get very few kernels left at the bottom? And yet if you take, if you take the same kernels like this, loose, and pop them, they don't all pop. What is the magic in here that isn't here? Do any of you know? Because there must be something that they add to this that makes it pop so well. Because I can pop the kernels, the raw kernels, for longer than normal, and they still don't all pop. So there's got to be something clever that they do. And do any of you know what it is? Because I'd like to know. By the way, I know this is going to be a particularly stressful week for me this week. So I have treated myself to some kettle corn popcorn, which means they're going to be sweet and sour in there. But I will mix it in with regular ones. But I thought that's my treat. Why? because we know there's lots of fiber in there and it's not going to do me a great deal. All right, so here we go. Jody's saying the bag that microwave popcorn comes in helps trap the steam and the moisture so the corn can pop more quickly. I knew you guys would know why. So really, when I think about how many kernels I throw away, is it really more cost effective to buy this and have it all pop? That's what I'm wondering. Because to me, I keep throwing it away. And part of me is going, I wonder if I threw it in the garden, would it still grow? And I'm going, no, Sal, you cooked the heck out of it. Why would it still grow? But I could take the corn that I've got here and grow it rather than pop it. And the bag makes it pop more evenly. So what if I put it in a brown paper bag? Right? And I'm thinking, how would I seal it so it doesn't pop open? I got to think about that. Because I got brown paper bags here, sandwich bags. So I'm thinking, maybe I'll do that experiment. Maybe I'll try putting it in a brown paper bag and then put it inside my casserole dish. That'll keep the steam going as well. Okay, so Sharon's saying, I sometimes use a hot air popper. It has kernels that don't pop all the way. Yeah, so, interesting. I find the way that I'm doing it, definitely I'm wasting a lot, but that's a good idea. I will try that. Maybe we should try it tonight. What do you think? We've got time, right? Because this lot's still cooking. How many of you want to see if that works? Or is it just me? Yeah, because we got 10 minutes. Oh, just want to tell you, it's so exciting. Those noodles on the top, that's what I wanted. They're already crispy. And so that's what I wanted, but I'm hoping some of the side ones will also get hot enough. Yeah, I feel adventurous. Let me go and get the brown paper bag. Let's try it. Okay, so I've got just a regular little, kids' lunch type paper bag. And let's put in a third of a cup. Yeah, roughly so. They don't mind. Do it the way you normally would do it. Okay, so I'm going to put in so I've just about covered the bottom of the bag. What I think, Jody, is I'm going to just fold it over a number of times. Not a number of times. I'm going to fold it over and then put it in. Okay, Jody might come up with a quick answer that works for me. Well, we know we can't use staples. We know we can't use a paper clip. A quarter of a teaspoon. Fold 3 times. Quarter of a teaspoon, really, of oil. Jody, that would be 1 spritz that works, all right? Hang on, let me see if it works. Okay. So there were a couple of little bits and then a couple of them. We've now got oil in the bag. So I've sort of done it like that and then like that. We've got to have enough room for the popcorn, right? Oh, that's, yeah. That. That's a better idea. Okay, that's a good idea. I'm thinking maybe I'll put it between two of these because the casserole dish I would normally use is already in the oven, isn't it? So this has got some air venting to it. Yeah, let's see if that works. Hang on, people. Just hold on before we do anything else. What I'm going to do is show you what it looks like now, and I'm going to make a plan here. Can you see that I've got crispy noodles on top? I'm going to mix those in. And then I'm going to crisp up some more on top. Now, I know what you're going to say to me. You're going to say, Sal, those crispy ones are now going to get a bit soggy, but they will still have that different taste to them. I think. So now I'm going to put it in for another few minutes, and then the very last thing I do is put some cheese on top. Seven. Yeah, I think 5 should do it because that's pretty hot. So I'm just doing this at 375. I think I told you that. All right, so Sharon's saying, I had bought some chances to win a 50-inch RCA TV to help with the charity last week. My living room TV broke. On Saturday, I won the raffle of the new TV. I was so excited that I didn't have to buy one. You see, there are no coincidences. I've just put down a vlog today, but just for you guys so that you know, somebody gave me a scratch card as a birthday present, and it was very difficult to do. But anyway, it ended up paying me $15. It was just like, how about that? So I was so happy. I had such a fun afternoon. Right. So we're going to add some more cheese on it soon. Oh, popcorn. How many minutes do you think? Now that we've got it like that, I'm thinking 4 minutes, perhaps. What's your guess? How much does it say this needs to go in for? Of course, the bit that I want will be hidden. Contains hot oil and steam. Okay, that's good. I'm thinking, let's try, yeah, you're saying 3. No, I think with my thing, I'm going to try, let's go for halfway through. You're saying 3 or 4, let's do 3.5, see what it does. 330. Wait. That does not look good. You need something on top of that. That'll hold it. Oh, so exciting. Let's hope I don't blow up my microwave. You'll know it's done when the popping speed slows down. Yes. So we'll see. It normally takes about 3 minutes before they even start popping. That's why I think it may need another minute afterwards, but we'll see how it goes. Very exciting. that was one thing. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you. I know that you'll be surprised to hear that I actually bought some snack packs because I make my own every day. But these, I just couldn't resist them. They were so darn cute, right? They've got cheese, cranberries, and nuts together. And the reason that I like to buy something like this occasionally is because I want to keep that. Because now I know that is a portion. And that portion, oh, of course, I threw the surrounding thing away, didn't I? Anyway, but what I'm saying is that what I'm going to do is now know that when I do my cheese and nuts and cranberries or raisins at night, I will know how much to do. I think I've been putting in too much. You know, I've been eating well, but I think I've been eating, my portion control has been a little bit out of control, which is why I didn't continue to lose weight and rather started popping people. Did you hear it? Only a couple. Oh, it blew the breaker. Hold on, everyone. Didn't think about that. Got to go and set the breaker again. Now, Vic will reset it for 3 minutes. And we won't use the oven again. Now, this is an interesting fact because the guy that fixed my breaker for me said, if you have those two on again and it blows a breaker, then you will know that they're both on the same line. Interesting thing. So tomorrow I'm going to get my stepladder up and I'm going to go up there, which is where the plug to the microwave is, and put it on the other circuit. All right, there's a double one there. And he said, if you find you have them both on and it blows the breaker, they're both on the same circuit. So all you need to do is blow it once, which I did, and then you'll know to shift it over. Isn't that clever? And then we'll try it again one day and see if it still blows it, in which case, oh, don't have them both on at the same time. It's popping. It's popping. It's popping very well. I think I'm going to put some cheese on my goodie. Maybe it wasn't a coincidence that it blew because guess what? It is now also crispy on top again. This is so good. I'm going to put some cheese on. Still popping away. Now there's probably enough heat left in the oven to start it melting, but ah. That terrible noise wasn't my microwave breaking. There was enough force that it moved the glass Pyrex that I had on top. So there are no coincidences. So let's see how it did. Okay, I'm going to do it in a glass bowl so you can see. That did pretty well. Oh, the kid in me is loving this. Now, are there some kernels at the bottom? Yeah, quite a few. It probably could go for another. I tell you what we're going to do. Oh no, don't turn that on yet. So wait until you're finished. What I'm going to do is take these cooked ones out. Okay, so that's hot. So, but we still have this much left at the bottom, so it was about the same. I'm going to do another 2 minutes. Let's see what it does. And as you can see, there was enough heat left in the oven to do that, but I'm still going to cook it on a lower temperature for about another 15 minutes. When that's finished. Don't want to blow the circuit again. Hi, Kimmy, good to see you, and well done on your 400 steps on the stair stepper. That's excellent. I must admit that I'm working at getting 6,000 steps in a day, and some days I do less. Now, for example, today I've only done 3,000 because I was spending, I spend a lot of time sitting when I'm putting the broadcast together. But it's funny how just going and sitting down on Billy the kid, as I call him, Billy the baby bike, I can put in, I put in an hour binge watching something and it's wonderful. It just, it'll bring it up in no time. And then I will get up and tidy the kitchen a bit and go back and put another 1,000 on and then keep doing that until I've made it up to the 6,000. So I'm really quite happy with it. It's popping again. Very exciting. Now, what I tell you, my treat for popcorn is that I have vanilla powder. And what I do with my popcorn is I just sprinkle some vanilla powder on it. And that's if I'm not having caramel type popcorn. But I did buy some. So I think what I'm going to do we got quite a bit added. Well, that's dessert done. And now it's so exciting, isn't it? So it quite honestly, it left about as many as I would have done if I'd done it without the brown bag. So that isn't the answer. But we'll find the answer. I'll keep going. You know that. I'm on a mission now. There's got to be something quite simple, right? And well, Jody and I will keep doing the research, and we'll keep trying until it works. So we'll see how it goes. But I've ended up with that much popcorn, and I literally just covered the bottom of that bag. So you're going to have fun binge watching tonight. And I'm just going to leave that in so that the cheese starts to bubble, and we'll be done. So in an hour, if you think about that, in an hour, we've created a really, I think, pleasing dish for anybody. Oh, interesting. Jody says she's got a silicone popper for the microwave. I've never heard of such a thing. So you will be sending me a link, Jody, so I can see what it looks like so I can buy it in Canada. Wait a minute. I could put it between two of these, right? One on top. Anyway, let's see the link. Maybe if it's not too expensive, it might be worth the investment. I definitely do try to put in popcorn a couple of times a week. Yeah, it's a lot of fiber and it's fun to eat. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's healthy. Am I kidding myself? You see, what makes popcorn unhealthy is what you put on top of it. It's not the popcorn that's unhealthy, right? It's all the junk that we put on top of it that makes it unhealthy. So I found the trick is I mix it. I will cook some. I cook some that is tasty and throw it in, just so that it's a pleasant surprise when you hit one of those tasty ones and you think you've died and gone to heaven, and it keeps you just putting the fiber in. Yeah, Jody's saying I tell myself it's good fiber. Yes, it's like oats, right? Oats, good fiber. So, and I did have overnight oats one day this week. So I keep trying to do one or the other at least 3 times a week so that I know that's good for my system. All right, let's see how we're doing here. It's all very exciting. There we go. So the cheese started to bubble, and now we've got crispy ramens on top again, right? And cheese, and this is going to be an awesome meal. So with that, I'm going to say, what else is there to say except, wasn't that easy? And we know it's going to be way too hot for me to taste it. So I'm going to need to take a helping out of there and let it cool down before I eat it. But again, very easy to do, very quick to do. The whole thing from start, you saw me do it from scratch, all right? An hour, and that included, it actually probably took about 45 minutes start to finish. We had a little bit of blow the breaker in between that. So I think that's definitely using leftovers that were in the fridge and a few fresh vegetables, and that was it. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is DearMamaSal saying, this eating on a very tight budget actually can be quite fun and quite healthy. You just got to get your mindset right. And remember, I got popcorn to finish. Love you dearly. I hope you enjoyed this. This is Dear Mama Sal saying, thanks for all the help, Jody, and all the research that you do in between. We do appreciate it. And we'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye for now. Yum.